Hey guys, welcome to my safe space, the corner of the cyberverse. I thought I'd come back and chat to you, and I always seem to chat to you and have an open discussion, a frank discussion, a true, real matters conversation that I want to share with you guys, because it's a really important topic. Something that I've not really discussed very much on this channel is disability. And although many people, if you stumbled across this video, may not know that I'm blind, yes, hi, I'm Siobhan, welcome to my channel. I make videos about my daily life as a blind woman and living my best life. So if you like the sound of that, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button and don't forget to click that notification bell so when I upload new content, you'll be the first to know. But for my other followers and other subscribers, I don't generally talk about disability, but I'm so passionate about it. It's something that I believe should be spoken about more. It's a subject that in many countries is a taboo and isn't really discussed. And I want to throw out this conversation. I want to open the doors. I want to talk about disability because it is Disability Pride Month. And you're thinking, what is Disability Pride Month? What does it mean? And what does it mean to you? Because these are my own thoughts. These are my own opinions. You might not necessarily agree with them, which is absolutely fine. Put them in the comments below what disability means to you and whether you agree with having a Disability Pride Month to celebrate disability and diversity and to really get people talking and representing people with disabilities across all platforms, whether it's on social media, whether it's media generally, traditional media, in newspapers, magazines and so on. I just think it's a really important conversation and I'm here to throw out my opinions on the matter. So since Disability Pride is a fairly recent concept, it's fairly new, it's important that people with disabilities are proudly represented in the community, to be a part of their community, to be visible. And that is really important to me because I feel, as someone who is blind, there is still so many stigmas attached to it. Whether you look at employment, whether you look at education, whether you look at transport, provisions for hotels, guide dog provisions, all those sorts of things. It doesn't matter what disability you have, there is always going to be a barrier, in my opinion. And it's about positively focusing on what we can do to make a change. And that's what I believe my channel is about, positively raising awareness about disability. Talking to children in schools is a major one because children are so accepting of people's differences. And now I think it's a good time in 2020 to really have those conversations, to really start talking to children about disability. And I believe, I'm a firm believer that we should hopefully get it in the curriculum because it's important to showcase disability, to showcase what disabled people can do, that disabled people are people like you, like me. We're all people. I mean, we all have different degrees of human variation, don't we? But I think it's those sorts of conversations that should be started young, so it's not a taboo subject. So when you see a child and a parent walking down the road and all of a sudden the child goes, "Mummy, what's that dog? What's that lady doing? Why is she sweeping that wand?" And children are so curious, and I think that's brilliant. Parents should encourage their children to ask questions because that's how we learn. That's how we flourish in life. We have to encourage that conversation because children need to know. It's not, shh, don't say that. Come on, and pull them away, like not even explaining what a guide dog may be, not explaining what a long cane may be and how people use it. I think it's important that parents aren't afraid to have those chats and those talks with their children. So let me know in the comments below if you've had any experiences where you've seen parents hush their children away, running down the street, trying to get their children away from you because they're embarrassed of what their little darling has just said. So I think it's really important to have those open and frank discussions starting in schools. And to be honest, it has got a lot better, but we still need to do more. The disability movement is real, and people need to know. We need to be talking. Whether you're disabled or not, we need to be sharing this. Whether you are a manager wanting to hire new people, why not look at the disability sector? But people have skills, we have talents. And I think it's such a dying shame that often employers are possibly scared because they don't know how to best deal with someone with a disability. But it's about having those conversations. It's about accepting, it's about talking. Over here in the UK, we have Access to Work, which is a scheme supporting and enabling people with disabilities to get and stay in employment. So it's not going to necessarily cost the employer a huge amount of money, if anything at all, depending on the size of the organisation or company. So we really need to be talking about it. Shout from the rooftops. I am so passionate. As you can probably tell through my voice, through my excitement, I think disability needs to be out there. And we need to be represented across all platforms. And we still have a long way to go, but we are getting there. So, as I've said, Disability Pride Month, it was founded back in 2015, and the first Disability Pride Parade was actually by Tom Harking and Mary Lidon. And I think it's an amazing step forward. It really is so good that now we have an actual Disability Pride Month to really be proud of who you are. And a part of that acceptance is accepting who you are. You are not defined by your disability. You are an individual. You are your own person. But by having this month, it really highlights what we can do, what we can achieve. And by talking, by doing various different parades, being out there, being seen, is a massive step forward. Now, there are so many different countries that now have Disability Pride Month. It's on the agenda and it's so exciting. Oh my goodness. I just think it's a welcomed new change for people with disabilities to be out there, to be seen, and to have those conversations. I'm an open book. Ask me anything. I'm literally there. This is my YouTube channel. This is for you to ask questions that you may not feel you'll be able to ask someone else. And it depends on someone else's journey, depending on where they are with it, whether they have accepted it, because everyone is different. These are my thoughts. These are my opinions. So what might be okay for me might not necessarily be okay for somebody else. So it's always worth bearing that in mind. But like I say, throw me any questions in the comments below, because I think it's a really important question, really important thing to be spoken about. So people with disabilities, this is quite staggering. People with disabilities are the largest and most diverse minority within the population. So you've got age, race, ethnicity, religion, social, economic background. The list is endless. And I just think we should be the ones portraying what disability is in a positive light. We have too many stereotypical images out there, especially ones regarding blind people. I mean, I've had people come up to me and say, but you don't look blind. No, I mean, how is a blind person meant to look? And I get that, and I smile because they're probably meaning it in a nice way, but some people might find that really offensive, because how am I meant to look? What am I meant to look like? And I think that has a lot to do with the media and how we're portrayed. Dark glasses, anoraks, no idea or clue of fashion. And I think that, you know, that needs to change, because I'm one. I love fashion. I love makeup. I love having beauty treatments. I mean, lockdown has made it a bit difficult at the moment, so I've been doing my own DIY. But it's important that we have this positive image of disability. Because whether I look blind or whether I don't, it doesn't matter. My blindness doesn't define me. And I think those images should be different. We should be talking about people who like fashion, people who like makeup, people in the beauty industry, people who are models with disabilities. And that is important. And I've stressed this all the time. It's by having these ongoing conversations with people, whether it's disability groups, whether it's media, whether it's talking to your next door neighbour about disability, because it's so important. Disability pride has been a massive eye-opener. Excuse the pun. And disability pride, I suppose, is defined by accepting and honouring each person's uniqueness and seeing it as a natural and beautiful part of human diversity, don't you think? I think so. But let me know in the comments below what you think. I'm intrigued to hear your thoughts about disability. Do you know someone with a disability? I want to know. But these have been my ramblings, my thoughts, and I have so much more to talk about on disability. And I think it's a welcomed Disability Pride Month for me. It's a thumbs up. I want people to start talking about it. I want more people to open up their doors in terms of employment to allow people with disabilities to be employed. Because here in the UK, over 75% of people with disabilities of working age are not employed. And that's shocking. It is absolutely shocking. So come on, get your fingers out and make sure that the disability movement is on your agenda, whether you're a company, whether you're a charity, whether you're a shop or restaurant, a bar. You need to look at accessibility. You need to make sure that your premises is as accessible as it can be. Because remember, we are a large consumer. We are customers, and our friends and family are customers. So we are worth billions of pounds to you. So it is in your best interest to make sure that things are accessible, and that, you know, we want to come back to your place. We want to support you, whether you're a small independent business or whether you're a large business, because that's what it's about. It's about making sure that the universe, the world we live in, is accessible to all. It's just so, so important. And to be honest, disability pride is an integral part of movement building, like I've said, and it's a different and direct challenge of systemic ableism and stigmatism. Definitions of disability. That needs to change, and I've spoken about this previously. But in order for things to change, we need to speak up. We need to make sure that people hear us positively, confidently, doing that sort of thing. So if you're disabled, if you're not, go out there. Hold your head high, because you can make a difference. Remember, be confident, be you. Thanks guys for watching, and if you haven't already, click subscribe and hit the notification bell so when I upload, you'll be the first to know. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!